There are plenty of fishing tournaments around the country, but there aren't many where you don't need a boat. In fact, using a boat at this tournament is a no-no. Instead, competitors take to their four-wheel drive vehicles, which are more often than not fitted out with bait boards, rod holders and fridge freezers. Welcome to the 2019 Moreton Island Fishing Classic. Sometimes just getting here can be a bit of a struggle, but come the first week of September in these parts, surf fishermen from around the country congregate at Bulwer on the northern end of Moreton Island to compete for over $60,000 in cash and prizes. Categories include whiting, dart, brim, tailor, flathead and mulloway Jew, all of which can be found in abundance in the waters circling this 40-kilometre long island. The contest kicks off at midnight into the early hours of Wednesday morning. There are daily weigh-ins back here at Castaways each day through until Saturday when the major prizes are drawn. We've decided to head for the eastern beach to look for a nice gutter. Of course, when we get there, we'll need some bait, so along the way, my fishing buddy Andrew has decided to stop and pull some worms. Worming can be a pleasant, if not rather frustrating pastime. There is a definite knack to grabbing the worm with enough force to extract it from the sand. It's one of those life skills that requires plenty of practice. You'll need to have done your time, bent over at low tide with a bait bag, armed with enormous patience, till that day arrives when you finally pull your first worm. And then you'll be wondering what made it so hard for so long. It's a bit like learning to whistle. Andrew is a master worm puller, but these worms are proving difficult on the making tide. Finally, success. And now Andrew's in the zone, which is great news for me. Andrew is in fact a very passionate beach fisherman, hailing from neighbouring North Stradbroke, and here to help me MC the Moreton Island Comp in 2019. Armed with fresh worms and pippies, we head to the eastern beach, not far from the Blue Lagoon, where a few of our Bulwer mates have already congregated to wet a line in the hope of bagging a trophy fish. We've seen a couple of big mulloway Jew landed over the course of the first 2 days. But, you know, when you talk about mulloway, you talk to this bloke, Andrew Mirosh, and his world-famous mulloway Jew bait.
Doesn't mean I'll catch one, but we'll have a crack. So.
Tell us a bit about this, mate. It looks expensive.
Yeah, it is expensive. Unless you can catch worms, it's really expensive. So I use a number 10 ball sinker. I use a heavier trace, but that's probably 50-pound trace.
Yeah.
A glow leader stick thing.
Night time, it makes sense.
Yep. And a big ball of worms. And the bigger the better. The more worms you can get, the better it is.
The fishing is a bit quiet this afternoon, and I'm not surprised given this pod of dolphins catching waves on the bank in front of us. This, combined with an amazing pink sky sunset, has me feeling like I'm in some sort of hippie car sticker. But no, it's a pretty regular afternoon occurrence here on Moreton, here in paradise. And not a bad spot for dinner. A burger and a view with the sand between your toes. It's the little things in life that you often remember. And dinner on Moreton's eastern beach tonight will be staying in the memory banks for a very long time to come. So tonight on Moreton, it's dinner and a show. The show's Andrew Mirosh trying to catch a big Jewie. And dinner's going to be supplied by our mate Scott. On the back of this amazing beast, which we've seen a bit of today. Mate, what are we having for tea?
Mate, we're having a Moreton Island Getter burger.
A Moreton Island Getter, sounds pretty good to me. On the eastern beach, do you do this a lot?
We do it all the time, mate.
Yeah.
Always have the cooker and the fry pan. If it's not sausages and onion and bread, we're having a burger. We're always cooking something, hopefully it's fish, later tonight.
After a fantastic few days of fishing, making new mates and kicking back, weigh-in time arrives on the final day of the tournament, the day that the big prizes get handed out. The little fishing town of Bulwer is packed to the rafters, with the final fish of 2019 being weighed in and fishing reputations being forged. Our category winners, both big and small, reap the rewards of success and come forward to collect their prizes. Some exceptional fish have been weighed in this year, and everyone's had a fantastic time in one of the most spectacular places in the country, if not the world. The annual Moreton Island Fishing Classic is on again soon. If you'd like to take part, go to the Moreton Island Adventures website and follow the prompts, and keep watching Camper for upcoming dates.